series, we're going to be attacking the back from the turtle position. So my opponent's in the turtle position. We're going to talk about two leg configurations. One being like this kind of an idea, and the other one very similar to our combat base configuration. These will be kind of like the two positions that I'll be working with while I'm trying to take my opponent's back. So starting in this first configuration, I have my knee connected to his knee and we're right in the same line. Next, I'm going to be using this foot for balance and base, and I'm going to be pushing and keeping my hip on his hips. And this is going to help keep his hips locked to his heels while I try to attack his back. The next thing I'm going to be looking for is an opportunity to get my seatbelt. So however I do that, I usually start to try to lift their head up, pull the hand out. I just start to try to create a little bit of a hand fight with them here, because when they start reaching out and stuff, that's when I can get myself inside and I can start to lock my seatbelt. So as soon as I get my seatbelt locked, I don't want to stay here, because right now my weight's leaning too much this way, and there's always a good opportunity for them to hook your elbow and start to take you this way, okay? Which I don't want to have happen. So the minute I make my seatbelt, right, we're fighting, boom, I make my seatbelt, now I'm going to change that configuration, okay? So at this point here, I'm going to be using my back knee to kind of push him forward so I can bring my foot in and get control of his ankle. I'll be scooping his ankle towards my hips, and as I do that, I'm going to be sitting this knee in towards his knee to cut this angle on him. So I start to pull his ankle out, and then I slip and I drive my knee in to knock him over. And then the first thing I'm going to be looking to do is get my hooks in, hold for my 3 seconds, and then I can start to look to attack. Let's just change the angle here, turn right around. So remember, I'm going to be starting in this configuration with my knee in line with his knee, my hip connected to his hip. This foot's applying pressure. We're going to have a little bit of a hand fight here while I try to open him up. As soon as I start to get my seatbelt, I'm going to switch my configuration. I can start to drive his head to the floor, or I can use my knee to start to like lift his hips up a little bit. Then I can bring my foot inside. Once I get my foot inside, I'm looking to torque his ankle towards my hip as I bring him over. Once I get him over, I stick my hooks in, I hold for a few seconds, and then I can start to look to attack. So just go on your turtle and face the wall for a second. So essentially what I'm looking to do with Logan here, I'm just going to get you to like just lay on your side a little bit. So what's happening with this leg is as I'm drawing it with my leg, my other knee is like pushing him here, right? And it's this which is going to make him turn, right? So I'm accessing the ankle on his leg to turn his leg into a lever here, right? When I start putting pressure on his knee, that lever starts to turn his hip, and that's how I get him to turn over, okay? So let's just change the angle here. Right, so I'm here, I've got that first configuration, I'm heavy on his hips, I'm keeping his hips connected to his heels. We start to have a little bit of a fight here to see if I can get him to open up a little bit. Once he opens up, I start to stick my choking hand in first and really deep, and I'm always very cautious about how fast and how far I stick this hand in. Just because I know there's always the opportunity for him to try to chop my elbow and start to look to roll me here. So one thing I like to do is just try to think like as this is happening and I start to put this guy in, start to switch that configuration so that more of your weight is sitting on this side of your opponent. Okay, I've got my seatbelt. I'm going to start to bring him heavy. I can also take my knee to start to lift him here. I walk my heel in. I start to scrape his ankle back as I fall, and I rotate my opponent. I bring my hooks in, and I have control of his back. And that's one way that I attack the back from the turtle position.